I think the television that WaveLength have donated is going to be of huge benefit, not only to talk to them, we can watch the news and we can talk about topical things, we can organise reminiscence sessions, we plan to have film mornings, quite a few of us have got DVDs of films, and the one film that's been quite popular at the moment, which Care and Comfort do actually own, is The King's Speech, because quite a few of our service users who are housebound really wanted to go to the pictures to see it. So we actually bought one and we've taken it round to service users' houses, set up the DVDs for them and let them watch it, and then picked it up and took it on to somebody else. I think they're the sorts of things that the TV and the DVD is going to be very useful for.
We'll have a taxi to come here. We all have to have the taxi to come and pick us up. We pay for our own fare, you know, but it's worth it to get a morning. I look forward to this. I mean, I've been poorly for what, a month, and I've been really dying to get out of the house, you know.
Yes.
I was determined this morning to get out. I sat there with my coat on for about half hour.
Care and Comfort, what we want to try and do is encourage befriending and friendship groups together. So we're not actually just providing a befriender to sit in somebody's house and have a cup of tea, but we're actually trying to encourage the service user to come out and talk to other people and alleviate that social isolation that a lot of people in the small villages in North Nottinghamshire do have. Well, there's many villages in North Nottinghamshire that are ex-mining villages. There's many people living in this area that moved down here from Lancashire, Yorkshire, the North East to work in the pits. Ollerton being one of the mining villages, it was quite a large town. The pit there was really quite big. And the small villages that surround it, sometimes there's no shops, probably 1 or 2 buses a day, might be, if you're lucky, 1 bus every 3 or 4 hours. And consequently, as these people have grown older, and they've lost their partners and perhaps their friends have passed away, that the loneliness sort of engulfs them. They don't know where to go for help. Sometimes they reach crisis point without really realising it, and they end up going to the doctors and being treated for depression and anxiety, when actually what it really is loneliness and isolation. And that's why befriending is so important. That's why friendship groups are so important. That's why being able to give people choice is important. The friendship group is service user led. We ask them what they'd like to do and we try and facilitate it. We've been able to take people on trips out, which is something they didn't have before. We've organised crafts and reminiscence sessions. I visited a lady in another village where on the street she lives, it's a small village, and on the street where she lives, she's lost 5 of her neighbours in less than a year. And everybody around her now are young people with families, which is nice, but they don't necessarily see the benefit of visiting the neighbour. Perhaps they don't want to, perhaps they feel that they're intruding, perhaps because they're new to the area. It can be any one of a number of things, and then that person feels even more socially isolated because they've lost their friends and neighbours that's lived around them for many, many years. So having a befriending service and a group of volunteers to visit these people is very important, but we also feel at Care and Comfort that having friendship groups is also important. If we can encourage people to go out and communicate and be part of a social group, that's a lot better for their mental health as well as their physical health, because they're also being active by even walking up the ramp to get into the building, and also becoming mentally interactive by talking to other people and taking part in things like arts and crafts, film mornings, topical things around perhaps what's been on the news, or going on a day trip.
Visiting Care and Comfort also gave me the opportunity to talk about the tablet projects we're running across the UK with partners such as the Passage in Westminster and Adam Brooks Hospital. All projects are there to target loneliness and isolation. Please consider making a donation to help us to help more.